We are really at a critical juncture because food insecurity is rising so much. There's 1 million more families this year that are food insecure than were at this time last year. 13.5% of Georgians are food insecure. Food insecure people are 2 to 3 times more likely to have diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, stuff that could really be alleviated if they had access to fresh food. The USDA estimates that 30 to 40% of produce grown on farms is left in the field or left in the packing shed. Millions of pounds within Georgia that is never actually ending up on the tables of people who need it. And for farmers, that represents a lot of loss of money because they can't sell this produce. Concrete Jungle's mission is foraging, farming, and supporting food access across Georgia, and our vision is that communities are well-nourished in a world with no food waste. Concrete Jungle is unique because we are sitting in between 2 very large problems, food waste and food insecurity. And I think we found an amazingly simple solution to these 2 problems. We serve farmers across the state who have excess or imperfect produce that they cannot sell. And so we can work with the farmers either to bring volunteers and harvest the produce that's left in the field, or we work with them to purchase or receive donations of food that's already been harvested. We work with thousands of volunteers every year, and they can volunteer in a variety of ways on the farm, actually picking produce, helping with the produce education program, and then the largest group of folks that we serve is the food insecure families across the state. We work mostly in Atlanta, but we also have an office in Tifton and an office in Athens. So we're reducing food waste, but we're also helping put money back in the pockets of farmers. We work with over 50 hunger relief agencies. To the hunger relief agencies and the families they serve, Concrete Jungle is the produce people. We're the folks that show up with an abundance of food, a very wide variety of fresh, healthy produce, and we stick around. We meet pantries where they're at. And if they don't have cold storage, if they don't have a truck to come and get it, we'll work with them to make sure that we can show up 30 minutes before their distribution with produce that's been held at the right temperature so that they can give it out to families at peak ripeness for peak flavor and peak health. For a lot of people, Doghead is their first point of contact with the organization. Doghead Farm is our small urban farm. It's about a ½ acre in southwest Atlanta in the Sylvan Hills neighborhood, right in the heart of the city.
We're growing food for food pantries, but also every day, almost every day, we have people coming out. We're educating them. We're talking about food insecurity. We're talking about the importance of fresh food access to spread the word in our community.
We saw a real spike in our impact during the pandemic. We started with the grocery delivery program where we were providing our fresh produce and staples to families delivering directly to their doors. Out of that program grew Produce Buyers Club.
We purchase produce from farmers. They're off grades, they're seconds, they're imperfects. The too large, too small, too big, but nothing wrong with the quality of it. We give them the opportunity to make money on produce that would most likely go to waste. Dumping produce is pretty expensive. It puts money back in farmers' pocket to help pay for that fertilizer or the labor cost. Farmers are calling us. They're saying, I have a truckload of cabbages and kale. Can you move it? We get right on the logistics ball. We figure out how much pallet space we have and then where can this produce go.
We work with Concrete Jungle. We've been working with them for about 3 or 4 years. Back in the spring, there was 1 week when all our plants just peaked all at one time and we had a ridiculous amount of zucchini. We went ahead and harvested it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to sell it all. I wasn't sure what we were going to do. It just probably wouldn't have been able to find anybody that would just drive out here and pick it up. So I contacted Lauren, Concrete Jungle. She just came out with a bunch of bins and we loaded her up, and I think it wound up being like 600 or 700 pounds of zucchini that we're able to go to some people without going to waste. So it was really awesome. So we're very thankful for Concrete Jungle for that.
PBC has scaled in 2 years from a very small model of getting produce out to 2 to 3 organizations to 15 to 20 organizations during the week. We are definitely moving 10 times more produce than we did 5 years ago.
We're working with farmers on a much larger scale to purchase 10 to 40,000 pounds of produce at a time, which if you think about if we were to keep on foraging like we used to, in order to harvest 10,000 pounds of produce, that would take hours and hours and hours. And now with the PBC team, we're serving anywhere between 200 to 5,000 families every single week. We have literal tons of produce showing up at the warehouse and then going out the next day to the partners that we're serving.
Concrete Jungle helps us to provide food to the community through our Healthy Eating Initiative. Today, for example, we had a gap in produce, period, across the board, and they were able to step in and bring that fresh produce out to us, and we were able to get it out to all of our events and to all our families that we're serving this weekend.
You have a lot of fresh produce, which the neighbors absolutely adore. Most importantly is when I find that an item that the first person in line can get, the last person in line can also get it.
It's very critical at this age to provide healthy nutrients for our kids here at the club, to give them better options other than sweets and sugars. The farmers market here is free and is also offered to the staff and families here at our club. I took home some zucchini and some fresh peppers on last week, and I steamed them at home for my family.
I think people feel like they can come in and they can take a part of Concrete Jungle and make it their own, and they then have their own Concrete Jungle story to tell about their experience, about how we've impacted them.
I love serving on Concrete Jungle's board because whether it's pulling weeds at Doghead Farm or pulling spreadsheets during a board meeting, I know that I'm helping getting more produce to more people.
Particularly, it's meaningful to me because I have been food insecure. Growing up for us was having not really a lot of access to fresh produce, more of those processed foods. I remember a lot of dollar menus from McDonald's and that being a treat, but Concrete Jungle makes me feel like I can plan.
It really is incredible to think about how much Concrete Jungle has grown since our first year. In 2009, we picked 718 pounds of produce. And in 2024, we picked 703,000 pounds of produce. That's at 1,000 times more produce than we picked just 16 years ago. So fruit trees led to the farm in Southwest Atlanta, led to Adventure Picks up in North Georgia, led to the Athens office, led to this huge transformation with the pandemic and Produce Buyers Club, and has brought us to where we are now, where I think essentially we're gonna provide 1 million pounds of fresh produce this year to families in need. If you donate to Concrete Jungle tomorrow, your funding is actively going back into the community we serve. We are working as hard as we can right now to meet the rising food insecurity rates. So we are actively trying to expand our farmer network, work with more farmers to purchase more produce across the state. We are also in turn trying to expand our logistics, working with more trucking partners, having more cold storage space, and also trying to be more responsive to the calls that we're getting every single day from existing and new hunger relief partners who need access to more fresh produce. We are actively raising money and trying to grow the infrastructure of this organization so that we hopefully in 5 years can be moving 5 million pounds of produce every single year. There are a variety of ways that you can help Concrete Jungle rise to meet the need right now. You can make a contribution, you can sign up to volunteer, you can learn more about us through our newsletter, our social media, and you can definitely share what we're up to with friends.